All right. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the Chiliz Show, episode 3. Our first one that's live, Joe.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting.
Pretty exciting. Sorry about the 3-week delay. We were going to do it every 2 weeks, but Joe decided to get sick. Everyone thought it was COVID.
That's not true. My roommate was in contact with someone who was sick.
Yes. Okay. Well, anyways, we're
Special times.
We're sorry for the delay. Anyways, I'm Max Rabinovich. I'm the Chief Strategy Officer at Socios, and
I'm Joe Grech. I'm the Crypto Marketing Manager at Chiliz. Basically manage anything cryptocurrency marketing related. And as a reminder, as always, hide your homies, keep hydrated.
Well, it's hard to follow that up. Hey guys, what's up? This is Serena, part of the social media team at Socios, and I'm very excited to be back and to be live for the first time ever on the Chiliz Show.
Just before we get going here, because we are in a live setting today, it'd be cool if you could just write in the chat, tell us where you're from, where you're watching from. I know we've definitely got lots of Turks, so to my Turkish friends, merhaba, good to see you all, and it's definitely exciting to be live, the first live episode.
Check the pronunciation on that, merhaba.
Yeah.
Merhaba.
I will say United Tears make a good point. It says we are all Turkish in the chat. Why is there no Turkish on the Chiliz Show? It's a good point.
It's true.
I opened it up. I'm looking at the chat now. Spoiler alert, guys. I can't read Turkish. So unless you write something in English, Russian, and somewhat Spanish, I'm not going to say anything to you.
Italian is also accepted, by the way.
Yeah. Fair
And
enough.
a little bit of Swedish, maybe.
Man, we got a lot to talk about.
We do.
Why don't we start the show, or else producer Richard, who, by the way, if this show, if you see long pauses or weird graphics, you can blame producer Richard, not me and Joe for it.
We don't get hashtag going. Blame Richard.
This computer is basically a prop.
Yeah, same here.
I'm not the one doing any of the technical stuff.
It's very true. Yes.
Anyways, show's gonna be like it always is. We're gonna do a catch up, talk about new news and announcements. I'm gonna mix it up because this time we're gonna do a live AMA right here in the YouTube chat. Mm-hmm. I really hope people have some good questions ready. I'll be reading it actively.
Someone told me that we're apparently giving away some Chiliz tokens if we answer your question. So basically, we're gonna about halfway through or just towards the end of the show, we're going to open up the show to questions from you in the YouTube chat. If we like your question, Serena here, my lovely co-host, will pick your question. And once we answer it, you will be eligible for $10 in Chiliz. So we're not sure how many questions we're going to answer. We're not sure how many Chiliz we're going to give away. Let's wait and see.
Okay. It's weird they said somebody told you that. It was Joe's idea.
Yes.
To give away Chiliz.
Yeah, I mean,
you give yourself credit.
Turks want some Chiliz, man.
Okay. I really hope. There's one guy that says he's from England, I guess. I don't know. I don't know if I believe you. I'm pretty sure you're Turkish. You misspelled the word England. Anyways. You know what? Let's not waste too much time. Yes. We got the catch up. We got a bunch of stuff to cover. Chiliz turns 3. That's awesome. AMC listing. AC Milan.
Yep.
I want to talk about that a bit. Big new token hunt.
Mm-hmm. Another explosion.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I call it an explosion. Some people call it a universal hunt. That's also me. I'm the only one that cares about naming these hunts. Also, let's talk about the Chiliz price.
Yep.
Discuss some pretty interesting fan token market cap milestones reached. And then go, maybe Serena's got her time in the sun. She's going to talk about the Champions League coming back.
Woo!
App milestones, just in terms of stats of users. But let's start things off. I know that producer Richard, with his team, made a little bit of a birthday video that we actually shared. So a lot of people have seen it. But for anyone who hasn't, we're going to shamelessly put it right here on the air in live. All right, yeah.
Happy birthday to us.
That was cool. I have some narrative critiques about that video, but I'm not gonna shit on Richard too much. It ends by saying happy 3 birthday. So that's something.
Yeah. It's true.
Not the best written. But it does show all our partners. It shows our logo. So that's cool. And it's got a very catchy beat. Want to move along with it.
I guess it just shows off our ever-growing ecosystem.
So yeah, there's that. We're 3 years old. No one thought we'd make it that far. That's a lie. I knew. Joe knew. Mm-hmm. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the AC Milan listing.
Yes. So on Thursday the 11th, which was last Thursday, we launched the AC Milan fan token on the Chiliz exchange. I believe we have the chart on the producer area. Richard, do we have the chart of the AC Milan on the Chiliz exchange just so we can kind of see how the initial launch performed?
No. See, I think Axel, the graphics man, is currently fiddling with the camera.
Oh.
So it's one of those live problems.
It is true, yes.
Where
we can't cut it.
Maybe he shouldn't run. Just growing pains, guys. We promise if we hit 5K views, episode 4 is going to be great.
Okay.
Does that mean episode 3 is not going to be great?
It just gets better.
Yeah,
it's like 100% growth.
We're 15% of the way through. You tell us in the chat, guys. Is it going well? I don't know.
Here we go. Yeah,
I'm starting to sweat.
Can you scroll with the mouse, zoom in on the chart, just so you can kind of see a little bit? Just scroll in on the chart a little bit, or you can do that. That works too. Yeah, as you can just see, kind of pretty good standard listing. Well received. Obviously, you got the people market buying and market selling in the beginning, which is always the big kerfuffle.
Well, there's an interesting new dynamic with AC Milan, as maybe a lot of people who follow us know. AC Milan was our first onboarded fan token partner. Locker room partner.
Yes.
And the way we did the locker rooms is we listed all the locker room tokens, which would then get converted into AC Milan tokens at 200 Chiliz. So that was kind of the FTO. We had kind of almost an embarrassment of riches with Chiliz, though, because we wanted to peg it at 200 Chiliz. So it kind of be around that $2, €2 sweet spot opening.
Yep.
That wasn't the case. We'll get to it later, but Chiliz has been doing very well in terms of value per token. So these tokens essentially debuted on the market already at the equivalent of $7+ $6.50. And I don't know if it's because of it or not, but we've seen a much more, I would say, almost organic transition into the marketplace. There wasn't really that huge run. People didn't feel like, shit, I need to buy these tokens now. I don't know what's going to happen once they're on the marketplace. And instead, everyone just, there was a huge value and traction in terms of volumes of buying once they got on the marketplace. But the price stayed stable. It's almost like we released the token at its natural price. And
it had a little peak yesterday, actually. Went to its all-time high if you don't count the initial pump. But yeah, and also I just want to say, Serena and your team, this launch campaign was actually probably our best token launch so far in terms of the marketing and the coordination. We had loads of good content that was being released.
Sure.
So Serena and your team,
even
congrats.
the fans' feedback has been great. So.
Yes, I think we definitely onboarded a lot of AC Milan fans. Maybe one day we'll onboard Zlatan. Maybe
we already onboarded him. Oops.
I'm joking.
Was I not supposed to say that?
I'm just messing around.
None of what you're hearing on the show for the past 30 seconds is true or in any way serious.
Yeah, welcome to the Chiliz Show.
Good joke. I'm seeing lots of lulls in the chat, Serena. So
that's a good thing.
There's none. It was a joke. Let's not play so fast and loose with the humor on this show. This isn't just a platform for us to make jokes.
Max, someone is saying, "Are you wearing the same cap that I was wearing in the last episode?"
Oh yeah.
Actually, yes.
We're very committed to the project, but we don't have a lot of spare cash for clothes. So when things get cold, in my opinion, is Serena's got more hair. I've got less hair. I'm going bald slowly but surely. So I need the hat once the centigrade drops.
I thought that we were about to get the show more serious again, and you just went on another massive tangent.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Anyways, next big topic. You know what? We were going to talk about token hunt, but let's just get Chiliz price trends out of the way because it kind of already connected to it when we talked about AC Milan. So Joe, you're a Mr. Crypto nerd. talk me through it, man. Things have been happening.
Yeah, things have been happening. I guess what we can kind of see from this, it's kind of the continuation of what happened in December with the initial launch of the Binance launch pools. Locked up a lot of Chiliz, which means that the Chiliz circulating supply kind of went down because of, no one is selling. People were staking in to earn fan tokens on the launch pools. And then the locker room, so we locked up, quite a lot of Chiliz, and that had a positive effect on the demand over time and the actual supply on exchanges. So yeah, we've just kind of seen a rally, and obviously, we've got Bitcoin hitting 50K today. We've got Elon Musk putting Bitcoin on his bio. We are in the new paradigm, Max. It's true. The financial revolution is here. So maybe sports tokens fit somewhere in there.
We're going to hold fast to, let's say, the ideology of the show, which is we're not going to really comment or speculate on especially Chili's price, Chili's future, etc. I don't think that's very fair. But that said, just as let's say as team members, it's nice to see that kind of organic traction and growth. And to be honest, Chili's kind of entering the conversation more and more in connection with all the cool utilities that it enables. Socios.com and whatnot. Speaking of cool utilities, here's a good segue for you. Token hunt on Socios.com. It's bigger and it's better than ever. In fact, it was so big and so great, for a few days, it was crashing the entire application when people were trying to do it.
So
Something that we, by the way, fixed over the weekend. It's more smooth. There were some bugs to iron out. We reformatted to make it much more scalable. But now all 18 of our currently live partners, all their fan tokens are huntable. There's 6 points of interest. Each one of them has 3 unique partners, and then also SSU and Chiliz. Obviously, guys, it goes without saying, we're not literally made out of money as much as we want to portray that we are. So SSUs and Chiliz, by far the most likely redemptions in this token hunt. You can think of at each point of interest the fan tokens as like the grand prize. You're really lucky. The other day, Richard, the producer, and Beto, guys who have yet to make a flawless technical show, somehow get rewarded by winning these fan tokens, which are very low percentage shots to win. So just lets you know that there is no morality in the crypto world.
Yeah. And if you were watching the show last week, you probably saw me do some token hunting, and I got SSU, and still have only got SSU.
I think Richard actually wants to show really quickly just what the hunt looks like. So for 30 seconds we can go show what the new format looks like, because it did change over the weekend. Look, the graphics a little slow. We gave it about a 50%.
We got a WhatsApp call. Oh no.
I knew this would happen. There was no way. By the way, new graphics from Sarah. They look pretty fly. There we go. If you click on it, see, I knew this would happen.
Yeah.
So I told Richard, for sure, you should do it. You should do it on our first ever live show. And he's like, oh, of course, it works. Not only, click on them. You can't hunt them, actually, Richard,
because you're not close enough.
Yeah, but if you just go to one point of interest, you open it up. You went to the studio, so you can't hunt them. Stop closing it. What are you doing? Richard. Just click on a point of interest. Richard.
Okay. How about we just move on?
Yeah, you know what? Better idea, guys. Go on your own phone and try it and actually hunt. Pump up those daily active user numbers.
That's what we like.
And you might get rewarded with fan tokens, most likely SSU tokens, not worthless. Will likely have lots of cool uses in the app in the future.
Yep.
All right. Well, since Richard completely nailed that presentation, we can just move on.
Yes.
It kind of, a picture says 1,000 words. Let's discuss, even if it's just for a minute or two.
Yeah.
Fan token market caps. We've hit some pretty big milestones.
That is very true.
As literally the purveyor of the preeminent fan token market cap platform in the entire world, fantokenmarketcap.com.
Fanmarketcap.com.
Fanmarketcap.com. Talk me through it. Open it up. Read about it.
Yeah. Okay. I guess one kind of key milestone that we're aiming for, going for, would be, increasing the market cap of our fan tokens as much as possible by onboarding more partners, onboarding more fans, creating content, user acquisition. So as you can see right now, if you were looking at fan market cap, you can't see it, but there's 163 million market cap of all fan tokens right now. So 200 million being the first kind of big milestone that we're looking forward to. Or should we just say 250 million because it's like quarter of a billion?
Yeah. Well, 250.
Do we want to kind of like, we don't want to make time predictions. It's too sketchy, isn't it?
No.
Yeah.
I don't want any time predictions from you.
Yep. Okay. I don't think there's really much more. Maybe we could have talked about the burning, but I didn't actually update the burning data to fan market cap. So
okay, fair.
But I can. Do you know the numbers?
No.
Okay. We burned
really,
some fan tokens.
really slick, Serena. Don't shush people when you have a microphone.
I was gonna say sure, but then.
No. We can wait until next week. Yes. We're still by the way burning voluntarily. It's not like we have a system set up where every single game is just automatic. It burns. Right now we're just I don't know if you want to say piloting it or not, but making it special events because people want it and it's honestly pretty fun because it ties Socios activity directly to the games, and I'm hoping as we kind of go further and further into the future, it becomes a more let's say saturated part of how we deal with fan tokens, not just in football, but other verticals as well.
It definitely adds kind of a more fun viewer experience. If you're a fan token holder and you're a fan of the team and you're watching the game, it must be pretty hype.
I think any dynamic where you're tying something that happens to a fan token, whether it's a utility, whether it's a blockchain event like burning, and you're tying it in real time with the events of a game, or the results of a game, etc. That's cool.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is very cool.
Yeah. All right. Speaking of sports, Serena finally gets her time to shine in section 1 because I kind of want to discuss, the sports Socios side, ongoing polls, highlights of stuff we've done recently. I know there's a few partners that have been running polls, so take us through it.
Yep, for sure. We've run a couple of nice polls on the app in the past couple of weeks, but now I want to focus on STVV first. I think it's probably the most fun poll we've ever run on the app. So the club is running a crossbar challenge. For those who don't know, the crossbar challenge basically is 4 players, and their target is to hit the crossbar rather than goal. So the loser will be punished, and the fans will got to choose the punishment.
Can I just add an internal meme there? You know who would be good at this challenge?
Who?
Karim Virani. Yes, this is an internal joke between me and him,
great.
so it's kind of wasted on all of you. But
okay,
Karim, if you're watching, there's your calling. Crossbar challenge. Sorry, Serena. I just wanted to throw that in.
He probably wouldn't enjoy the punishments from this crossbar challenge.
Oh, well, do continue.
So the options were eat a spoonful of wasabi. Not very
Not too
pleasant.
bad.
Not very pleasant.
Depends. Are we talking about real wasabi or are we talking about fake wasabi?
Real
the vast majority of all wasabi is fake. Real wasabi is
Okay.
extremely expensive and much spicier.
Let's go with real wasabi.
That you eat at like a common restaurant is actually
Fake.
processed horseradish and other ingredients.
Wow.
Yeah, the wasabi
There
root's it's a very arduous process to grow it, and you can't really grow it well at scale.
Okay. Well,
So
Fun fact
you
on
learn
wasabi.
something new on the Chiliz Show every day.
That's great.
there you go.
Then another option was to have one of the players, the loser, wear the mascot's costume, which is a canary, I'm guessing, and walk around the city for 10 minutes.
Come on, I mean, that's hardly that's not a punishment. That's fun.
Yeah, but it's also it's an insult to these guys' athleticism. Like,
Plus, no one would recognize
they can run for 90 minutes,
Exactly.
but you're making them run for 10 minutes. I don't know. The stakes they could be higher, is all I'm saying.
That's right. But actually, that was the winning option, so spoiler alert.
Okay, fair. Wow. That's going to be a 10 very fun minutes.
Yeah, exactly. Then another one was take an embarrassing selfie and use it as your profile picture on Instagram for 24 hours.
Not bad.
Not bad, yeah, but also, I mean, only 24 hours.
I'd like to see the stakes raised. I want them to walk around the city for a week.
And then actually, this last one might be the most painful because it's have the loser waxed by the other 3 players with physio tape, which I'm guessing is not the most pleasant feeling in the world.
It sounds borderline illegal. I don't think that's if the player refuses. I don't think you.
Yeah.
I don't care how binding the poll is. Pretty sure he can opt out.
Max, if you were the loser, which one would you pick?
Yeah, I'd walk around the city for 10 minutes.
Of course.
I'll take a nice leisurely stroll, get a cup of coffee.
Over the real wasabi?
I've had real wasabi. It's no joke.
What about you guys? Let's ask our lovely viewers to comment in the chat. Which one would you choose?
Well, before you go on to AC Milan as well, I will note, guys, I've seen a bunch of decent questions that you guys have written in the chat. I'm going to try to remember them. I'm not ignoring them. None of us are ignoring them. But we do want to leave all those questions for the AMA, because otherwise we're just going to be stopping every 10 seconds and I'll say, oh, that's a cool question, I want to answer it. So if you have a question you're really interested in, some I've seen, some I haven't, just when we start the AMA, just pop in and just copy paste it back in.
Or I have a better idea.
Okay, yeah.
Thomas Pickering, you have been chosen. We have one of our team members watching, Tom Pickering. Tom, if you're here, please, if there are good questions, please send them on Slack to Serena, who will save them for the AMA section. Thank you.
That's great.
Yeah, I will say, user Casey did. It's not a question; it's more of a beg. She says, "Please don't fire Richard."
Who is it?
We'll see.
That's Richard's wife.
Richard has more fans than us, huh?
That's good. It's good that he's part of the fun.
Yeah.
Anyways, Serena, you want to get it back on track?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Let's move on to Milan's poll, actually, which is gonna launch in the next few days. But in the meantime, we officially launched the campaign actually a couple of hours ago, where fans will have the chance to submit a message that will go into the dressing room of San Siro. So that's pretty great. Actually, we have a video, a fantastic video narrated by none other than AC Milan head coach Stefano Pioli. So guys, Richard.
Here we go.
Cari milanisti, è trascorso un anno dal vostro ultimo abbraccio. Ci stiamo impegnando al massimo per onorare la maglia, per rendervi orgogliosi, ma sentiamo la vostra mancanza. Manca arrivare a San Siro e sentire il ruggito. Mancano le vostre braccia al cielo, il vostro supporto quando inizia la nostra sfida. Un giorno tutto questo sarà un ricordo e le tribune vuote solo una triste pagina del passato. Ma fino ad allora, fin quando non potremo ascoltarvi, vogliamo sentirvi dentro di noi, attraverso le vostre parole.
Wow, that was really good, Richard. Why is
Richard didn't make that?
Why is this show not as great as that video? See, this is why we were scared to do it live.
That's a pretty great video, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, no.
I think it's the best we've
very
done.
Emotional.
It's one of the best, yeah. So if you have an ACM fan token, you can go to the app, to the Milan's page and submit your message, and you might win a call with a Milan legend, TBD.
Cool. I submitted mine. I don't think it's going to get chosen though.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Oh, very cool. All right, let's wrap up the catch up.
Yep.
We got two quick things. Serena had written in the notes, Champions League is back. I don't know how much we could possibly talk about that. She's talking to me and Joe.
Yeah.
I mean, I can talk to the viewers. I guess I can talk to myself. And
Educate me.
Reply.
Okay.
Give me a 30-second rundown.
What is the Champions League?
Oh, we're not gonna talk about that because at Socios we love fan rewards. So actually, we have a match day giveaway for you, which I think we can show you on Twitter right now. It's live. Submissions are accepted until 1 minute before kickoff, so 20:59. You will have to guess the score of Barcelona PSG. I don't know what we're showing on the screen right now. There it is. So just take a screenshot, guess the score, reply, and you will be in with a chance to win a PSG or Barcelona
There's
fan
Richard's submission there, 3-7. Good luck.
That's very realistic, so I think he's gonna win.
Okay.
So there you go. Participate in the giveaway.
Cool. Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
The last entry here.
The last entry here is a statement. We don't have anything to talk about here. 500,000 app downloads.
Yeah. There's something to talk about there.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's half of 1 million people who currently have socios.com as an app on their phone, on their mobile.
Yep, which
their
means
mobile device.
We have potentially exposed 500,000 people to cryptocurrencies.
Yeah.
Adoption.
I hope that's a good thing.
It is.
It's
a great thing.
We're all about adoption here.
Yeah.
Potentially, all those are also viewers of the Chiliz Show.
Yeah. All right. Well,
let's keep that in mind.
Let's keep this in mind. Beto, who is our overlaid graphics guy in the back, we're moving to new news announcements. So hit me with the graphic. Let's see how long it takes. Now. Oh, there it was.
Yeah.
He treats the graphics like a token hunt. You blink and you miss it. All right, so let's start with the news. That's actually very great. Our first point is a kind of an NFT teasing because I did see, I forget who it was. Oh, yeah, Vincent Fleuret. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Asking about NFT plan. I can't go into specifics on what our NFT plan is, but I will say that obviously we're kind of I'll say at a point of no return. We released a press release and signed an MOU with a company called Coincheck in Japan. A big part of that was speaking on, let's say, our agreement to collaborate to bring Socios.com branded NFTs and obviously NFTs branded from our club partners onto the marketplace. We have a number of different strategies we're looking to. My biggest single concern with NFTs is to figure out the coolest and most novel, let's say, new application, method of delivery, what they're used for, etc. And we still have to choose between those. I know that's vague, but it's just to say that it's in the works, and we will be coming out with NFT offerings. It's not like something we're thinking about doing. We just have to decide which of these strategies we're going for, because the one thing I don't want to do is to create something that's either just plain, unfun.
That's my nickname.
Yeah, I know. Unfun mid. I was saying that to see if you caught on to it. Yeah, just something that's like too basic, where it's just like, oh, here's some limited runs of stuff, go buy it, or something that's derivative, because NFTs, as you know, it's been a really explosive space, an explosive space, even specifically in sports lately. So the competition is there, and it's kind of set the bar really high. Yeah,
fierce competition.
It's set the bar really high for us to create something really, really cool. So it's coming, and I hope in the next, let's say, 2 or 3 shows maximum, unless Joe gets COVID or something and we're off the air for 2 months.
I'm sure you could do this show without me.
It feels wrong. It feels wrong. Especially think of like if you die. I don't know.
Jeez, man. I hope I don't.
Let's hope.
Yeah.
Because we have some NFTs to release, hopefully.
Boris
in
can
the
take
near
my
future.
place on the show.
So anyways, I hope in the next 2 or 3 shows we'll be able to, let's say, divulge a specific plan, ideas on what we're going to do.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, that's going to be the question people ask when it comes to anime. When NFTs?
yeah. So Vincent, as we're famous for here on the Chiliz Show, that's the best non-answer I could give you in order to, not to give anything away, not to get the cat out of the bag. Second point, I'll leave it to Joe. I'll flip these points.
Okay. What?
Chiliz, what are our plans?
Oh, okay. We are coming to Uniswap.
There you go.
Yes. You may have saw me tweet recently asking if people would be interested in pooling liquidity for Chiliz. There was a considerable amount of people who said yes, so that's pretty exciting. But yes, I'm not going to say when, but we will be launching on Uniswap soon. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Everyone loves a liquidity pool.
That's true. And obviously, like, in the future, it'd be really cool to think of ways of incentivizing liquidity that we can utilize our partners for. So, for example, maybe this is just all hypothetical. This is not going to happen. It might happen. It could happen. It would be cool to like kind of maybe reward people with our own NFTs or with club stuff, club merchandise, signed stuff, if they're contributing large amounts of liquidity just for being there and supporting us. That's just something I've been thinking about.
That would be a cool idea. I like where your head's at. And very, just so we're clear, Uniswap isn't a place where people swap university degrees.
That was terrible.
It's a decentralized cryptocurrency exchange, isn't it?
Or an automated market maker.
Yeah. Anyways, back on track. Another thing that I've seen you guys asking about, and something that I just think is super cool. I'll bring it up with, let's say, externalized utility for fan tokens, meaning what's our plans for getting fan tokens to do something outside of strictly our internal app ecosystem. And we're working on that.
Yeah.
We're working on a set of different APIs that whether it's our partners, whether it's other third-party collaborators, not just exactly teams, can plug these APIs in their native platforms, whether it's web-based, whether it's mobile-first, to offer a number of different Socios.com features outside of the app, whether it's in a full scope way, in a limited way, a single partner or all partners, but just so people can use it, and maybe even use it through. We're looking at creating options where there's single sign-ins, places where you don't essentially trying to get that fence down. So for you to become a fan token holder and a fan token user, wouldn't necessarily have to intuit that you have to start that journey on Socios.com or start it somewhere just buying fan tokens and moving them on Socios.com, which I think is really cool.
Agreed.
And we've had multiple, let's say, fruitful discussions with existing partners and prospective partners where they're very interested in this kind of functionality. So I think especially this year, hopefully in the next few quarters, somewhere around there, that'll actually start getting up live in one form or another.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing it. It is very exciting though.
Okay. Yeah, I can't tell if you're sarcastic or not. I think it's really cool. Also, before anyone asks me, because this happens every AMA, yes, we are looking at the American market. Yes, we're looking at all the big four American leagues. I'm not going to tell you if or have I already been in touch with sports teams. Maybe. What do you think?
Let us know.
Let us know in the comments. Please, in the AMA, do not ask me, because that's already the answer and it's a non-answer. And in fact, since we're about to start the AMA,
yes,
I'll just make a public service announcement. Please don't ask when any token Binance. I'm not going to tell you. Many times I don't even know. Even if I do know, definitely not. This is not the platform where I say it. It would be immoral and wrong to do so.
You'd probably lose your job.
Yeah. Not only, I'd lose my self-respect.
Yeah.
So just don't ask. Please.
Agreed.
Please, any other question. Just not when, like, gal on Binance, which I've seen people spam.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. What's worth noting this time around, because this is the first episode of the Chiliz Show, which is live, we're going to be giving away $10 worth of Chiliz to anyone whose questions that we answer. So I hope that Tom has been keeping their usernames and not just sending you questions. Has Tom sent you any questions?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
good.
he has.
Has he sent you usernames?
Yes. Yes,
Perfect.
he has.
So
don't underestimate him.
I don't never underestimate Tom. If we answer your question, please reach out to me via Telegram or Twitter, or that's probably the best way. And let me know so I can send you some Chiliz. Please send me your Socios.com wallet address, as we will distribute them through Socios.com wallet.
Great. But
or just send me your Socios username, actually.
I don't want to start until Beto puts up the AMA graphic. Beto! Literally one job. Thank you. There we go. We're at the AMA stage.
Yes.
All right, Serena, would you do the honors and read off some of the best questions?
Of course. These were sent to me by Tom, so shout out to Tom.
Yep.
We have one from Chiki Shiraz. I hope that's how you say your name, your username. This is actually quite a mouthful, so I need to take a sip before reading it.
Stay hydrated. I'm a big fan.
Quite a long question. Here we go. Does listing fan tokens on Binance circumvent the utility of the Chiliz token within the Socios ecosystem? It appears to make buying the Chiliz token redundant for acquiring fan tokens if you can get it directly.
I mean, but that's not really the case, because there's only a select few of fan tokens that are traded elsewhere that have other pairs like USDT. And actually, if you think about it, in the long run, this is amazing for us because of it creates a huge increase in liquidity for the fan token ecosystem. Not only that, the marketing and network effect that being on Binance with a USDT, BTC, whatever pair, it's huge. This has boosted us to levels that we never thought we would see in such a short space of time. So although, yes, it does seem that, Chiliz is being left out of the equation here, you have to kind of think of it in the bigger picture. Actually, it's more of a net benefit than a net negative. And also, I mean, if you want to be the first people to get your hands on fan tokens, you're going to need Chiliz. And if you want to take your chance in a locker room, you're also going to need Chiliz. So, yeah, I think that's a pretty fair answer. I don't know if you have anything to add to that, Max.
No, I think that's a very fair answer. We can keep going.
Yeah,
I
keep
assume we should have a lot of questions. So.
Yeah.
Fire them out.
Next, from Mustafa Demir. Will fans get rewarded for holding their tokens, for example, staking or something like that?
Yes.
Should we move on to the next one?
No, we can't really, let's say, give a timeline to when that's going to be an active utility. But 100%.
But Alex...
That's the plan.
Sorry. Alex did actually recently tweet saying that staking... did he say staking fan token for NFTs? Yeah. So, I mean, you didn't mention that just to get people on kind of a idea of what it's going to look like. Maybe.
No, because that's, one out of, let's say, a million different ideas.
Yes.
Because when let's say if you have a function where you take fan tokens, and let's say it's almost the inverse of our locker room function. It could be anything. You're locking up fan tokens for reward X or for activity X. Whether it's NFTs, whether it's ticketing for teams, whether it's rewards, the sky's the limit. It's a very open utility, so it's a great question, and 100% it's something that's going to be coming up.
Yeah. So thank you for that question.
Awesome.
Is it cheeky Shiraz?
Yeah.
Cheeky Shiraz.
Cool.
So Maddie1035 wants to know.
No, not Maddie again.
All right, let's move on. You have mentioned that Binance made a significant investment into Chiliz. Are they part of your decision-making progress now that they have equity? And if yes, has that changed your strategic approach?
No, I mean, I'll be very brief about it. We are an independently run and organized company.
That's great.
That is great.
Okay, let's move on to Mehmet, who's asking, let's say Super Chiliz, that's awesome, has agreed with all sports fields. It's going very well. What will happen after that?
Wait, say it again?
when we've achieved global sports domination, what's next after that?
Or just global domination.
Yeah, or just global domination.
Oh, what's next after, let's say we've signed on every single team?
Yep.
Well, there is no next, Then there will be an entire layer of fan token based engagement with sports as a whole. It intuits that there's going to be an all-encompassing global gamified sports marketplace, A, and B, teams are going to be just, let's say, in perpetuity monetizing their fans by consistently adding and expanding and changing the utilities that they give to fan tokens, because at that point, they'll be making money by driving demand to fan tokens. The thing is, fan tokens are, you could say, let's say, forever, like any crypto asset. They're built to last. The fan gradient of any team isn't forever. It undulates. Team popularity grows, it declines. The demand for token grows and declines, let's say, in line with that fandom. So the marketplace won't ever be inactive just because, let's say, all the fan tokens have been sold. It's just going to keep ebbing and flowing like an ocean of tokenized sports.
Wow.
That was poetical.
Let's keep that in mind when we achieve global domination.
Yes.
We can use it as our
I will keep
tagline.
that in mind.
Yeah, I don't know. Either that or we'll tokenize the moon or some shit.
And send Elon there, huh?
Yeah. All right, next question.
Let's move on to Ibrahim, who's saying, I love the Socios t-shirt. I wants to know, can I have one, please? Well, if you don't mind, I'm going to take this. As we mentioned, actually a couple of minutes earlier, 10 minutes earlier.
Don't set a dangerous precedent.
No, I mean, we have a giveaway running on our Twitter account right now where you can get a Socios t-shirt, a Socios limited edition fan shirt. So go on and participate, and then just keep an eye on our social media channels and the games and rewards section on the app.
Yeah.
Cool.
Keep going.
Cool.
Yeah.
Keep going.
So Luke wants to know, there had been a launch of the Socios Visa card a few months back. Has there been any progress on this? What will be the main benefits of holding such a Visa card?
There has been delays because we're working the proposition we have. We have let's say, a different idea we want to go live with. But the benefits will, let's say, stay the same as our original idea at their core, meaning that you'll essentially be able to connect people's conventional real world transactional behavior that would, you could say, quantify them as fans, buying from fan shops, buying jerseys, etc. Buying from a team's sponsors, official outlets, like Nike, Adidas, etc. for various teams, and connect those transactions, with direct Socios.com rewards. So it's almost like we know that you're engaging and being a fan in this monetized way. Whether it could even be buying pay-per-views for some partners that have pay-per-view events, etc.
Nice.
It's a way for let's say, opening up the net of what we consider rewardable activity.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Let's move on then
Mm-hmm.
to Jakub, who wants to know when gamification.
Jakub, when gamification. Listen, get back to me in like 1 to 3 months, Jakub. In fact, don't even get back to me. Check the app. Check it every day. Play Token Hunt, because I have a feeling in the near future, at least some phases of gamification, our next plans, which, by the way, we've already talked about. I know Alex has shown on Twitter, and I believe in his last AMA even.
We even talked about it in the last show, I think.
Yeah, but I don't know if we actually, because Alex went so far as to actually show screenshots of what it's going to be like.
I don't know.
And it's coming very soon. So that first, let's say, gamified layer where people are going to be able to collect XP points, collect badges for various in-app achievements. There'll be, let's say, more bare bones at the beginning, various transactional engagement things, and the more we progress, the more we'll essentially try to tack on more and more and more things that we tracked and reward. And obviously, that the final, let's say, the top of the mountain there is that we take all that information, filter it through an algorithm, and phase 2 will be popping everyone in a hierarchy of fandom on a partner by partner basis. And then using that leaderboard to then gift them with rewards and experience.
Another fantastic answer.
End question.
Yeah.
End
And
question.
question.
Let's move
I
on
know.
to...
Well, wait, hang on. I mean, it wasn't really a fantastic question.
Guys, let's go.
I mean, it was worth
The-
$10 of
Yeah.
Chiliz Show. It's
Guys,
great.
the faster we answer questions, the more questions we can answer.
That's true. Yes.
That's
I
great.
wanted, especially this being our first live show, I wanted this to be kind of, the
Let's go,
brunt
let's
of
go.
the
Yep.
show. Yeah,
Let's
go
go.
ahead.
Let's move on to Eugenio de la Vega, who's saying, from the Independiente listing, what are the biggest learnings and challenges for the LATAM market?
Ooh,
That's a good question.
that is a very good question. I would say, actually, it's figuring out how to most easily onboard. This may be more towards Argentina specifically, but just to onboard them, those fans on a financial level. There's barriers in various regions of how freely you can use various, whether it's sources of funds, etc. The let's say the outpouring of support for Independiente was great, but they, in my opinion, at least from what I saw when we launched the partner, is that those Argentine fans just had a harder time connecting with us. The lengths that they would have to go through to create an account and finally get Kai fan tokens in their hands far exceeded the effort that let's say Joe would have to as a guy and as a UK resident.
Okay.
Well, I mean, to me, I think that was the
Yeah. No, it's fair.
the biggest. Everything else was great. I
Yep.
mean, they're great as a partner, and their fans have been engaged as well.
And we've had some fantastic polls.
Yeah.
With more coming up soon, so stay tuned.
Yeah.
Let's move on to Tias Frag, who's asking, could you share any news about the F1 locker room?
It's sold out. There's your news.
Yeah, that's the biggest news. I'll pose this as a question. If you what's the guy's name?
Tias.
Tias.
I hope that's how you say
like
it.
aunts in Spanish.
I think
Tias?
like Matias, maybe. I don't know.
Matias. If Matias ran a pre-sale for something, I mean, we sold 500,000 Chiliz worth, right? No, 100 million Chiliz, 500,000 fan tokens, locker room tokens.
Yes.
That's millions of dollars in equity for a team. Matias, do you think that amount of money would attract various partners to discussion in a serious way or not? I don't know. You tell me. You answer that question.
Good one. That was a nice response.
Yeah.
Are we allowed to answer a question with a question?
Yes.
Yeah, I just did.
Because if they ask questions you can't answer, except for with a question.
What's Richard gonna do? Cut our mics off? He can barely put a graphic on.
Shall we move on maybe to the last one? I don't know. What do you guys say?
In fairness, we have time. Tom,
doing
if you're
okay.
hearing, we can do, let's say, 4 or 5
Because
more
I'm running
questions.
out of questions here, Tom.
There's no way you're running out of questions.
No.
I see them in real time.
Maybe we scrap Tom then.
Yeah.
This is all Tom's fault.
Okay. Go ahead. We'll pick Tom's, and then if anything, me and Joe can quick fire some questions.
So this is actually a good question if you're not very crypto savvy. From Daniel T. What is an NFT? Let's break it down for some new users maybe.
Sure.
Okay. Well, NFT stands for non-fungible token, and essentially it means it's just a unique and thus non-interchangeable asset. Fan tokens are fungible. They're not unique. One, if you take any, let's say Juventus fan token, it's no different than any other Juventus fan token. That's not the case with NFTs. Each NFT is structurally, on a technical level, unique.
Okay.
Yep. And to be a nerd, there's 2 different token standards, common ones. ERC 721 and ERC 1155, I think.
Yeah, I believe you're right. You've put me in a spot where I haven't thought about this in months. I don't want to.
I actually just want to double check.
But essentially, all that means is that NFTs are the equivalent of unique trading cards. I don't know if you remember when I was young. I don't know when you guys were maybe not even born yet. Pokemon trading cards were really popular, and each one was unique. If I have a gold Charizard, which I did and threw away, and now apparently they're worth $10,000 on the internet. It's irreplaceable, Joe.
Yeah.
It's irreplaceable and it's unique.
Did you know my dad was a Pokemon gym trainer?
No.
Like legit. He had a gym in his office in the basement.
That's
Okay.
great. So speaking of NFTs,
Yep.
Pele wants to know, can you give us an example of a unique NFT, footballer, etc.?
Wait, like a unique NFT that's out in the real world right now?
I guess so. Or something that we might do in the future.
Yeah.
I think Pele knows exactly what he's doing asking questions like that.
Pele knows us very well.
Pele,
so.
you're a clever guy, and please tune in for the next 1 or 2, 3 shows, and I'll answer your question.
He's in the Alliance.
Is he?
Yep.
Well, Pele, not only will I answer your question, but I'll show you graphics.
Wow.
But I can't do that now because if the plan's not set, the news can't be sent.
Yep.
That's all there is to it.
There you go.
All right.
So from Ali Osman, he wants to know, would it be possible for Socios to organize pre-season tournaments for teams that are on the Socios platform?
What do you mean?
Sorry, can you ask
Yeah.
it again?
Would it be possible for Socios to organize pre-season tournaments that involve clubs that are partners?
Oh.
Yeah, for sure. But the thing is, our club partners are our partners. We don't own them. So we have to convince them. And a big part of us convincing them is if fan token holders and Socios.com fans maybe tweet directly at the teams and say, hey, what's a really good idea? Why don't you have a fan-led preseason tournament where token holders can, let's say vote on the odds and ends and structure of the tournament. It's all for fun. Maybe it'll even increase traction for fan token sales. Who knows? Maybe we should go to the teams directly and pitch this as well.
Why not?
Takes all of us working together, guys.
We can make it happen, guys.
Yeah.
If we want it bad enough. I think we have another good question from Jakub,
Okay.
who wants to know...
Does he get 20 chilies or does he get 10 chilies?
It's not a question we have to answer now. Let's go.
No, let's go. Let's move on to the next one. He wants to know, are you planning to change the initial price of the next locker room?
Ooh, actually, I saw that question earlier, Jakub. So thank you. That was actually one of the reasons when I read that. I'm like, damn, that's a good question.
And then you forgot about it.
Yeah, no, I told people wait for the AMA. Yes, actually, we are looking into that. We haven't settled on a solution for how we'll do locker rooms in the future. Whether it's going to be lower static sums of chilies, whether we're going to do non-chilies pegging, whether we're going to do even possibly time-based tiers for purchasing, so that the earlier you're kind of in the locker room, the better price you get. Versus later, tiered bonuses for the same thing. Maybe tiered bonuses that work as a relationship between how full the locker room is and what you're getting. So the people that are in it, 0 to 5% get the biggest, and the people that from 95 to 100% get the lowest. It's a situation where we haven't decided what's going to be the best of these options. It'll most likely be a hybrid, and I believe even in the future, not all locker rooms would be created equal. I don't see why they would be, because not all sports, not all teams are created equal. So something that we might do if we run an esports locker room, for example, might be completely different structurally for if we, and this is all the way in the chat because I've seen a number of times people say, hey, one cricket, one India. I don't know. Whenever in a mystical timeline, we go and we do cricket, and maybe if we ever run a cricket locker room, it'll have a completely different format.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. So I think we're going to experiment, because it's something that, it's now, let's say, foundational to socios.com. It's not going away. Locker rooms work, and they're fun, and people like them.
It's true.
So we're going to try to make them as varied and as innovative as possible moving forward.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I think
maybe we should rename this section #AskMax.
Should we rename the segment? Tell us in the comments.
I'm sorry, I have the answers to these questions.
That's why you're here, Max. It's fine.
Hey, I'm not here with you. You're here with me.
Oh, come
What
on.
is going on?
Let's not start that now. You're doing so well, Max.
Okay, go ahead. We have to have a few more questions, right?
I think we've pretty much covered everything. A lot of people asking when are we going to expand to other markets, continents.
Anything
Someone is asking, why is Joe single?
Yeah. Good question.
I know.
Yeah, I'm sure everyone knows.
It comes part and parcel with knowing Joe. You get all the answers.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I don't really see any new questions or interesting questions. So
C is saying AMA, ask Max anything.
Okay,
that's a good
guys.
one.
Let's not get lost in the memes. I feel like there has to be at least a few more good questions. If there's not, we can give it 30 seconds.
This is a good one from JHM. Do you plan to launch new FTOs, or are you gonna do only locker rooms in the future?
Oh, that's a good question. But no, we will be doing normal FTOs in the future. And I would say you're going to see some FTOs sooner rather than later, maybe. But I think we're going to do both.
Mm-hmm.
They're two very different roads to onboarding partners, but they're both very valid and serve their own purpose. So you shouldn't ever look at locker rooms versus FTOs as, let's say, two systems of onboarding and sales that compete with each other. They're very complementary.
To be honest, I don't really see any other good questions, so we move on.
We move.
Mm-hmm. Yeah? Are you ready for the final section?
The future.
Let's do it.
The future.
Let's put on the spacesuit and head to the future.
Wow, the graphics on time too.
Well, it's ironically, it's on time is late in the future.
Oh, God. Okay, yeah. So we have the first entry here, the Netflix of sports of crypto new paradigm. What does that mean?
Yeah, very loose. It was just my own thought, and I know you and I were joking about it. But this idea, and actually it's funny because Serena did kind of note it. It was a meme question, like what will Socios do when it takes over the world? For me, it was just my kind of thought that actually the full view of what we even are or what we can achieve is not really not in view. Because we don't even have a single vertical or a single marketplace of a single vertical where we have, this saturation effect. We have the fully realized network effect, where it feels like fan tokens are literally an all-encompassing layer of every level of, let's say, a league or a sport. And I think when that happens, the reason it was a joke, obviously, when I wrote the Netflix of sports of crypto, is that I was hoping that it would feel like this full breadth, addition to the sports world. I didn't write new paradigm, by the way. So if you want to speak to that, I'm pretty sure you can because you were just joking.
Yes.
Yes, what?
I was joking.
Oh, okay, great. So let's move on. We have I don't know what this is in regards to, but Joe wrote 50K today, all caps. Boom, 3 O's, all caps. Shakalakalaka.
Boom shakalaka. Yeah, Bitcoin hit 50k. It touched it and then it dumped. Well, it didn't dump, but it hit 50k. I mean, I don't know why I'm saying it like, oh, it dumped. Bitcoin's been on a crazy rally recently. Tesla bought, $5 billion or something worth of Bitcoin.
Was it? It came out that it was Tesla again.
Yeah. No. That one yesterday was a massive bamboozle. It was actually a movement from Binance's cold wallet. And actually, Binance's social media manager tweeted about like it being like a big virus. Kind of, yeah.
Oh, that's okay.
It was some miscommunication.
Let's not comment on that at all. Okay, that's fun. I hope, just because I want Serena to be wrong and me to be right, I hope it just stays at 50K for the rest of the year. I don't know if that's very likely, but we did say last show that it would end the year at 50K. Serena said 250K,
I stand by it.
Yeah, well, you're sounding smarter by the day, Serena.
Did we actually say like 50K end of year?
Yeah.
Oh dear. It's crazy.
Joe, if I asked you at the beginning of the year if it was going to be 50K, you would have looked at me like, yeah, I'm the biggest idiot you've ever met.
Yes, maybe.
Anyways,
yep.
Binance Smart Chain. You wrote that.
I did write it.
Tell me, why is that the future?
I'm not saying it's the future. I'm saying that Binance Smart Chain are doing lots of good things right now within the crypto ecosystem. They've got lots of money kind of flowing around in the chain. I was looking for like settled value. That's the right word. Lots of settled value, low gas fees, high daily transactions. Also, it's built kind of like a similar, compatible with Ethereum network, so you can write smart contracts in Solidity, which is the Ethereum programming language too. So you can have smart contracts on Ethereum, very easy to port them over to Binance Smart Chain. You can use MetaMask with Binance Smart Chain. There's lots of cool things about Binance Smart Chain. There's Pancake Swap, which has now total value locked of $1.7 billion. And obviously Binance are investors, and we have some fan tokens on Binance Smart Chain. If you're not watching Binance Smart Chain, maybe you should be. At least educate yourself, look at some resources, check out the Binance Academy. It's becoming popular right now because of the Ethereum network is so congested. And obviously when the Ethereum network gets congested, people look for alternative places to use their tokens.
Really petered out there at the end, but it was a very good answer.
Yeah, the ending kind of like sucked, but yeah.
All right. Listen, I think we're going to end on you as well, Joe, because the last note here is Joe's altcoin bag. Listen, before you say a goddamn word, we do not give any advice, predictions, speculations about the crypto market, about the normal market, or I don't know if there's any like fantasy market, even that.
Yep.
So please keep that in mind.
Yes.
Before you talk about, because when we have a subsection called Joe's altcoin bag,
yeah,
I get worried.
Okay,
so go ahead.
Yeah, obviously, like Max just said, no financial advice. I just wanted to maybe just tell people what I'm holding right now. I thought it'd be interesting. Currently holding RGT, which is Rari governance token, which are doing lots of interesting things in kind of the DeFi space. They're building a yield aggregator with lots of different strategies, which give high APYs, which is interesting for people who are into DeFi. They're also releasing some new products, money market called Fuse, and yeah, they're just very interesting. To be honest, the second pick for me is Terria, which is also a DAO, and they have an app called Wallem, which is a geolocation augmented reality kind of token hunt, which is kind of ironic, isn't it? I guess I'm just gonna keep it to 2 today. I don't wanna gonna get too like shitty. I just wanna pick 2 tokens every week and explain a little bit about them.
Wow, sounds fun. It's good. I'm glad you didn't pick 10 because I would have fallen asleep.
Yes, of course you would.
What are you talking about? It's like you're mostly just saying acronyms.
I mean, that's what crypto is all about.
Acronyms and emotions.
Number
the cryptocurrency story. All right. Listen, I think that's it. Yeah. Guys, please tell us how we did. Use the comments of the video so that whatever hateful things you have to say last forever, and I could read them over and over again. They don't just disappear in the chat. And also, this is our first ever time doing this live, so if you think we missed stuff, if you think anything was poorly paced, just let us know, because we we take criticism well, and we just want to make the show as good as possible. And most importantly, tell your friends to watch the replay, because it's true what I said.
Yeah.
If this doesn't get 5,000 views, there's probably not going to be an episode 4. Most likely will be.
I was going to say, I haven't heard of that. Yeah, guys, thank you all for watching. It was really fun to do the show live for the first time, and we didn't really have any kind of like hiccups, which is, well, except for Richard and the guys, but that's just them being them. I remind you to stay hydrated, drink lots of water, and enjoy the upcoming shows, hopefully.
Yeah, well said, Joe. Well said, Max. Thanks everyone for watching, for sending in your questions, and see you next time, hopefully, if we reach 5K views.
Great. All right. Thank you so much, everyone, for
Thank you,
tuning in.
guys.
We'll see you soon.
Bye.